Yo, what up YouTube? It's Kevin Pack here. If you guys don't already know, I'm a multiple six-figure Amazon seller and welcome to my channel. Now this video is kind of more last minute, but I wanted to actually give an update, inside look at my Amazon business and what's been going on. Those of you who are already in the game kind of already know and see what's going on with Amazon and how fast it's changing and how much shit has been going down since this whole pandemic has started. So I want to talk to you guys how it's been affecting me and what I've been doing in my business and give you guys a realistic view of how I manage my business in times like this and just in general as well. Now on a weekly basis, what I mainly do for my business is I optimize my advertising to make sure that my keywords are running properly, that I'm not spending too much money on keywords that are making me lose money, and I'm putting more money back into the keywords that are making me money and being profitable. And I do this process about once a week. Usually it's on Mondays, and I look at the week before, kind of look at everything and see how everything's moving, everything's performing. Also, after that, I spend time doing product research to build up my product portfolio and see when I can expand and launch more products so I can grow the business further. So before I tell you these updates that's been going on and how I've been affected, I'm gonna show you guys my sales so you guys know I'm a current Amazon seller. It's currently April 8th right now. It's a little bit past 12 p.m. And boom, that's a live update for you guys right there. Sales, charts going up, been pretty busy month so far. So as you guys saw, I've done 26 sales so far and almost $700. It's only early in the afternoon and I've done almost $40,000 in the past 30 days. So in general, there's good and there's bad about what's been going on. Great because my sales have been climbing and it's been rising and I've been making a lot of profit and a lot of revenue lately. But the also bad part is I have multiple products. So I have 3 active products right now. 2 are doing really good and one of them, which used to be my best seller, is doing bad. So the reason why one of them is doing bad right now is because with what's going on with Amazon, there's been delays in shipping. And so some products will be normal Prime shipping, which is like 2-3 days, maybe a week at most. But most majority of products now on Amazon are taking 20 to 25 days to ship, even if they're Prime products. And so my product that was my bestseller that used to be Prime shipping has now been pushed back and now they're shipping out 20 days ahead. And so that caused my sales to just plummet. So it's not too terrible. I just know it could be better. If anything, it could be like 2 or 3 times the normal sales that it would have been. So normally that product does maybe about 20 a day and it's still doing about 20 a day. But because it has that delay in shipping, it's preventing it from doing 40 or 50 a day. Versus my other products, they're doing like 30 or 20 units a day. And so that's what's causing that kind of balance. So yes, my sales are doing really well for the majority of my products, but my bestseller, who used to be good, if that product wasn't affected, I'd be even farther. I probably would be already at 50K, probably 60K right now at the moment. The trouble with that is also because since I know that one product was my bestseller, I have the most amount of units and inventory for it. So now I have an excess of inventory, which is not that bad. It's not too excess. It's gonna hold me off for a few months. But my inventory for my other products are running out very, very fast. And so because of that, I had to order more very soon, but also now they're running out before the shipment's gonna come in. So I'm gonna be out of stock for a little bit of time and it's gonna affect my sales. And as you know on Amazon, the more days you're out of stock, that's money you're losing that you're missing out on. You only have 365 days in a year, and so each day you're missing sales is money that you're losing out of pocket. And so that sucks for me. If it was my best selling product, I would have been a lot more prepared for this and I would have been able to plan better. But you know what? I can complain, but honestly, it's a blessing that my business is still running and it's been affected in a positive way, not so much negative. So those are just the problems I've run across right now, but it's not as bad as I feel it. I just wish it was better. So interestingly enough, what's been going on with that product that used to be my bestseller, because the conversion rates are low because the shipping is much higher, I've turned down its PPC. I didn't turn it off, but I turned it down. So I had multiple campaigns that were doing like $15, $20 a day. I've toned them down to like $1 to $5 a day now. As far as my other products now, the other 2 products, because they're selling so well, I decided to drop the PPC down to just $1. And surprisingly enough, the sales still were up there and still making the same. So it's kind of like I would have been wasting money on PPC for no reason anyways. I'm low on inventory, and on top of that, I'm trying to slow down inventory and increase profits as well. So since sales still stayed the same, now I could save myself a bunch of money from spending PPC, so now I have higher profits. Before, my profit margins were about like, I'd say like 25 to 30% per day. Now they're at above 40% per day because I barely spend anything now. I'm spending like $20 a day on ads, and I'm doing like $1,500 days. It's crazy, 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 crazy. Now I'm gonna go into my computer and I'm gonna show you guys the kind of graph of how things have been changing, and I'm gonna show you guys a point where like when I changed my PPC, so when I went from spending like $160 a day on my PPC into only $20 a day, and how that's impacted my sales and the strategies that I've come across. So let's hop on my computer and let's check it out. Okay, so we are on my computer right now and we are looking at my Shopkeeper account. So Shopkeeper is what I use for my Amazon accounting, and so I could see all of my profits and losses, and Shopkeeper does a really good job of keeping things organized, and also shows you all of the Amazon fees and just like things that you lose, reimbursements, returns, and whatnot. So it's really, really cool. I really love the format of Shopkeeper, very, very modern. And I love how easy it is to use. So that's kind of what you're seeing right now. And so what we're going to be going through is my Shopkeeper to look at the sales and profits, and then also looking at my Amazon account as well. Okay, so what I want to talk about here, we're on my computer because I want to show you guys the effect of when I cut my PPC cost, and I went from spending $160 a day to only $20, and changing my budget from like $20 per ad to like $1 to $5. Okay, so my period is going to be from March 22nd to April 7th, which was yesterday. So we're gonna be looking at the sales, and so these are the number of units sold since then. So I was doing 53, 50, 50, and then started climbing to 57 to 60s in March 28th, and then 80s, 70, 70, 70, 60, 80, you know, etc. So obviously there's a climb. We're gonna look at the revenue also. So we're doing like $1,000 days back in March 22nd, and then it started climbing. I'll tell you guys when I started to cut PPC, okay? So from the 22nd up until about March 30th, that is when I started to cut PPC. So there was a slightly upward trend, but I started cutting PPC off here because the profits were changing. So right here. So you can see my profits on the 22nd, I was doing like $100 days, 200, 300. And then when I started to cut it off around the 28th, or I'm sorry, the 29th or 30th, my profits started to stay up, and then it even climbed up even higher since then. So let's look directly on my Amazon account. So this is from the same period, 22nd of March up until April 2nd. So my ACoS from that time on average has been 24%. Keep in mind my profit margin percentage is around like 35 to 40%. Okay, so this is a really, really good ACoS for me. So you can see on the 22nd, I spent $160 on that single day in March. And then day by day, I started cutting down my PPC. So when I cut my PPC, I don't like to do sudden changes. I like to do increments of changes. So I don't go just from like, you know, spending $160 a day to straight to 20. You know, I gradually cut it down to see the effects of it. And so this line right here, this bluish line, I'm sorry if this is not blue, my bad, I'm colorblind. So this blue line up here are sales, and then the spend is the one below it. So you can see as I start to cut my PPC lower, the daily budget goes from 160 to 90 and $100 a day, and then it goes back to 70, and then it goes down to 40, and it goes down to 20. Look at the sales. Climbs. It keeps going up, or it's steadily up there. So you can see how much of a change that things have been going positively. So as I started cutting down my PPC, my sales either stayed the same or increased during my PPC, and my ACoS started to go lower. And if you guys don't know, a low ACoS is good. So we want to always keep our ACoS lower than our profit margin percentage. And the lower that ACoS is, the better. Okay, so I was getting like 10% ACoS on my campaigns. It's crazy. And so let's take a look at the profits. So let's first go here. So the 22nd is when I was spending normally about over $100 a day, and I was slowly cutting it down, right? Each day I was slowly cutting it down, and then I started making bigger changes once it got to about the 31st, because I went from, you know, $160 to now $70, and then I went from $70 to doing about like $40 a day on my ads. So let's take a look here. So you can see these are when I was spending the $100 days plus, and I was only making $200 a day, you know, $300 a day. And then when March 30th hit, I started to cut down my PPC even further, and then I was doing $600 days, $600, almost $700 days, and then I cut it down even further to spending only $40 a day. And then now you see I did a $900 day in profit. Okay, so Shopkeeper is telling me these numbers in profit. This is after spending on advertising, after refunds, after reimbursements, after Amazon fees and shipping fees, everything. So you can see I was doing $900, $800, $800, $800 days. So this is profit. So in this span of 2 weeks, I made about $9,000. You can see at the bottom right here. Freaking crazy. That's insane. That's a lot of money. This is kind of like, this is reminding me of like Q4 of last year. So it's crazy that I'm doing these numbers during March. March and April. So it's insane. Crazy. So that's basically what's been going on in my business right now. So I'm spending low on PPC because I'm low on inventory. I am going to start slightly increasing my PPC for the product, my product that used to be a bestseller, the one that's delayed in shipping. I'm gonna slightly bump up my PPC budget, but I'm going to keep my bids low. So each keyword is gonna be a low bid. So it's gonna be like, you know, 30 cents, 40 cents instead of before it used to be over $1. So that's the game plan right now. That's my game plan, and I'm gonna try to launch 2 more products. I'm having issues with the whole, you know, Amazon closing the shipping plans, so I have to wait it out a little bit longer. But that's kind of the game plan of what's going on right now. Very profitable days right now. I mean, almost $1,000 days in profit, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna discontinue one product because it's not really profitable. My 2 other products, even the one that slowed down, that one's more profitable than the one that increased its price. So that's what's going on right now. The product I'm discontinuing is not making that much profit, so I'm just gonna discontinue it and then, you know, move on to another one. So that's the game plan. That's a look at my business. So I hope you guys found this very insightful and helpful, and gives you like kind of a mindset and overview of what my strategies are when I go into this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, like the damn video if you liked it, and then subscribe for more content. Join my Facebook group down below. That's going to be a free group where we discuss Amazon and all that good stuff. And then if you want to learn directly from me, I do have a course, so if you want to check that out, go ahead and check it out. I will catch you guys in the next one. As always, go make that money and have a good day. Peace.